Hi. I should probably unmute Discord, shouldn't I? Because all I do is win.
There we go. Alright, so that's working. Right, I've got you covered tonight, Panda. I've got you covered.
Thank you, dear. Do. How you doing? Oh, I'm missing something. Funky! Hello, lovely.
Hi, Funky. It's been ages, Funky.
It has. She fell into a book. I know what happens when you fall into the books. It's just like the world does not exist anymore. Excuse me.
Understandable. Sorry if I sound like I'm dying. I'm not.
I'm just going to enjoy the rest of my song first. Song of winners. How you doing, Funky? I've missed you.
There we go. Yes, how is Funky today? Yay!
All I do is win. You don't hate me. At all.
I can't wait to be under you, though, so can't hate you that much.
Exactly. See? Victory, motherfucker. So, the game. How's everyone doing? Don't know about you, but I'm in a fucking fabulous mood. Very good day today. Very good day. Mr. Maxwell is going to help me through this game. Seeing as last time I played a Monster Hunter game, I had level 1 armor on when I was Master Rank 4.
I'm watching your stream as well, so I can tell you if your arm is wrong.
Good. Thank you.
No worries.
Shouldn't you be enjoying your night, Mr. Cyberbeard? Yeah, just need to keep that there. Right. Let's swap screens, shall we?
Let's go.
Don't make me get the spray bottle. Okay? I will time your ass out. Right. Game. On. Discord still on. Woo!
Yep.
Please time you out. You want me to time you out. I don't mean putting you on the naughty step or anything. I mean literally time you out in the chat. You will behave yourself. So, what now? Thank you. Why didn't that go off? Hello, Terry. How are you, my love? I know.
Hi, Terry.
I can see that.
Hello, Terry.
Mr. Maxwell's not very well, bless him.
I am not.
Why did my alert not work? Neither
Oh,
am I.
no.
Oh,
Oh no, Terry. That sucks.
it does. Right, I'll try refreshing them.
We sound like twins right now. What if we are, though?
I mean, with the height difference, it'll be very Arnold Schwarzenegger, Danny DeVito twins.
Well, the thing is, it could be like,
Slay twinny.
it could be like really bad soap opera separated at birth twins.
Okay,
So
that could work.
yeah, see.
Right, hang on. Is there a way for us to replay that?
You trying to do the alert?
Yeah, I can't replay the alert. You're trying to say I'm short? No, I'm trying to say Mr. Maxwell's like 6'3".
Yeah, I'm quite tall.
I would look like Danny DeVito next to Mr. Maxwell.
You do.
I do
Danny
look
DeVito
like
next
Danny
to me.
DeVito next to Mr.
Unless you've got
Maxwell.
your boots on.
Yeah,
When
if
you've
I
got
got
your boots on,
got my
you're-
goth
you're-
boots on, I'm like 6 foot.
you're not taller than me, but
No.
you're almost there.
I'm taller than most people in my goth boots. Great height. I'm shorter than you, Panda. Yeah, I'm 5'7". I'm quite tall for a girl. Well, I was once. When everyone else kept growing and I just stayed at 5'7". Actually, that's a lie. I was 5'8". Then I did my spine in. Then I had my spinal surgery, and I think my surgeon had like OCD because I am 5'7" on the motherfucking dot. I am 172 centimeters high on the dot. And it just makes us chuckle to imagine this spinal surgeon with a fucking tape measure along from me foot to me head being like, yes, this is about okay.
Well, while you're on the table.
Yeah. He's like, right, we have fixed the initial problem of the spine. But now she is an odd number. She is 173 centimeters long. This is unacceptable. It's to be fair, if I was a surgeon, I'd probably end up doing that.
Yeah.
There's so many blums going on. And I'm trying to fix my alerts. I've got that song in my head now. I'm just sitting here. And in the back of my head, I'm like, all I do is win, win. I want to be taller. Can they make that happen? Technically, you can actually get surgery to make you taller, but I don't think you should be taller.
Yeah.
I think you're a perfect height.
How tall are you, Terry? If you don't mind. I'm a corgi.
It works.
Woo!
She's 5'3".
Yeah, that's okay. That's a respectable size.
That's a perfectly good height.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
No. To be fair, there's times I wish I was shorter.
Oh, I wish I was.
See? See? You don't have to bend down and hurt yourself.
Like the amount of times I've cracked my head on the top of a door frame.
Yeah, no. I've not had that issue. I have actually done that in heels. In my defense, I'm not used to being that high all the time. Right, so I have to talk to this little motherfucker.
I've got some
Oh,
suggestions if you're
can I
open to
also
them.
say, Terry, do we like the outfit? I'm kind of digging the outfit. I've got a pair of fishnets like that.
It's pretty good looking. It's pretty
It is,
sexy.
isn't it?
Whoa.
Our ginger queen with our ginger crown on.
Hey, Hunter. Ready to
I
go?
look like a bad guy from Power Rangers.
You do. You really do.
Okay. Follow me.
Love fishnets. So do I. I prefer suspender ones, though, the full
The village is
fishnet.
this way.
This was part of the village too, huh?
Is it gonna
Yes,
work?
There were homes, people too. But then,
Oh.
the Wraith ruined everything. I'm sure everyone's just hiding. We just have to find them.
I did that.
So quickly. Well done.
Yay!
Just the playmate I
Exactly, Terry.
I do hope you enjoy my
Gosh. I just saw what she put.
I know. Hello, Duchess, darling. How are you?
Hi.
That was a brilliantly timed clip. Just as I said, hello, Duchess, how are you? Your clip went, hi.
I love that clip. That is my new favourite clip.
It didn't play the full thing, sadly.
Oh,
I'm going to have to slow down when I'm doing shout-outs because of the way it is. You are sleepy. Why not go sleeps? I'll try you again.
go to sleep.
No,
Did what you said. I stayed strong. You were right. About
Hello, Lank. How are you? Nice to see you.
these are my friends. They helped me find my way back.
This streamer doesn't have any clips yet.
Thank you.
I need to change that from saying, but I bet they're still awesome, because I fucking know Terry's awesome. Fucking
We're
know.
from a land to the far west, beyond the desert. Brave Nata here crossed the sands on his own to look for help.
You made that trek alone?
Uh-huh.
I had no idea there were other people living so far away. Please, come with me. Let us rest and
Why is
talk.
that so quiet?
Or didn't say, I meant to say. I will be stateside.
No! Go! It's trying to get inside!
Oh dear. Drained after a long day at work. Kids just need to go to sleep. My cutesy ginger goth pick.
Is that
It is.
is
a
that
cutesy
yours?
ginger. No,
Yours or
Terry's avatar's a cutesy ginger goth.
Oh,
Because she is a ginger Geordie goddess.
oh,
I don't remember making that clip. I don't remember ever seeing that clip either, Duchess, to be honest. But yeah, ta-da! Do you stream, Lank? I can't remember.
Behaving as erratically as the Dothraki before.
What are the buttons? There are the buttons. This one. This one, and pew! Whoop, fuck you, bitch! Reload the damn weapon. Turn up the damn game. I'm gonna have to look into that, yeah.
actually a lot further than I thought.
Oh. I nearly died. No, I'm always a guest on live stream. I'm more alcoholic and never have time. That is fair. That is fair.
With its breath.
I missed. Oh no, I didn't. I saw a score. Woo. Thank you, Funky. I've missed Funky. Woo, bitch. This motherfucker is rude. Right back on. I mean, ooh, to be fair, it probably thinks I'm rude. I'm just shooting it in the face. It would be nice, just what's the point? Can't fully commit. kids are random, so there'll be no schedule. I mean, unless you're wanting to do it as a full-time thing, I wouldn't worry about that.
Yeah, just do it for fun at first.
Yeah, you just go on as and when you can if you're doing it for fun. Should we all pop in? You never know, as you get used to it, you might end up developing some kind of schedule. Ha! Take that, you bitch! I mean, Ooh! That was good.
Get off that tail. Get off that tail.
Do it. Exactly. Do it. Listen to the fun man. Whoop. Bah.
Ow.
Fuck you. Fuck you very, very much. Whoop. I would like to consume this, please. Never thought of it like that. Maybe I will look into it. You should. Loads of people think that. They think when they're like, you know, oh, when you think about getting it streamed, you need to have a schedule, you need to have this, that, and the other. If you want to do it as a, like, you know, make a big thing of it, try and build something out of it as a career, possibly, then yeah, fair enough. But even the ones that do try and do it as a career and stuff, you just start out getting to know it, you know, learning the ropes and all that shit.
Got him.
Good!
I got him.
Wait for him to stop moving. Woohoo!
Oh, God.
Sorry. My brother made the clip. I need to fix sound alerts, because ever since I updated OBS, it keeps saying OBS didn't shut down properly, run in safe mode. Because the sound alerts aren't working. Oh. Why does it do that when they're doing up... Excuse me, lady, you just blocked my entire bloody screen. I'm not very good as it is. Don't need you blocking me screen. The fuck? I feel like graphics was better in the first one, by the way. What, in the first Monster Hunter? Worlds is still my favourite. I do like this. Yeah! Oh, I thought the chill came off there. I do like Wilds. I prefer the fighting on Wilds. Like, I love the fact you can actually fucking aim. It's great. Like, longsword is so much easier to use on this thing. But I still prefer Worlds because I feel like Worlds was actually a bit more of a challenge as well. Oh, you never played Worlds? What one?
You can't be talking about the first Monster Hunter.
He possibly is. Possibly is. Haha, missed.
That thing, everything looks like a toaster.
A toaster?
Yeah, everything's very blocky.
Yep.
Ow.
Fuck you, monster!
Right, just like the hammer is not for me.
I played the first one and never carried on. I never played. My first Monster Hunter was Worlds. Hey, that nearly hit. Oh, I don't have any special left. You bitch! It's to the point I have to log into Twitch through OBS and restart my PC. Oh god. Can you not just reinstall them all? Will that not be more beneficial? I can't wait for E-Day. What's E-Day? What is this E-Day that you speak of? Do you know what I can't wait to play? Atomfall. I'm so excited for Atomfall. Gears. Oh! I thought you would have known that, Mr. Maxwell.
What?
I appreciate that very much.
Yeah, it's Gears of War E-Day.
Thank you.
Which is,
Just inbox it. Ooh! Motherfucker's got a temper. Uh-oh. No. Mother. Oh, I only have PSO thunder ammo. Okay.
I like. Do you know the best thing about this game?
The monsters.
Obviously, what? It's the fact that we've got our little bird horse things.
Uh-huh.
They're not chuggaboos. So we're busy fighting this fuck off dragon.
Uh-huh.
And our not chuggaboos are just stood there going, oh, lovely day, isn't it? Yeah. Oh. Excuse me, sir. Sir.
Can't set me on fire, I'm a ginger. I wonder how the month. Well, Duchess. That's
Wow.
a comment. I'm gonna say like chicken. Not like that, you nasty. I mean, unless it's like clean, then it tastes like avocado. If you know, you know. Will you fucking stay still, you flappy bastard? Jesus. Attempting to hit that, it's not gonna. I wondered why it just fell to the ground.
Yeah, I got paralyzed in there.
Woo! Nope, not got any more of them. Okay, fine. Nice. Right, what am I missing here? Not as wild as your mum. I'll have you know my mum calmed down years ago, thank you very much.
Go on, Bad Dragon, you find out.
What? Oh.
Just Terry. Terry being Terry.
Terry being Terry. I love that you've only interacted with her a couple of times and you're like, yep. Terry being Terry.
I'll put the materials I gathered in your
I love
item
Terry.
box.
Whoop. Turn the fuck around, bitch. Turn around. Oh, fine, don't. Woo! Yay! Woo! Terry is a weird one. Terry's fabulous. On that note of monster meat, I'm gonna lurk and sleep. It's like 11:30. Thank you very much, Duchess. I appreciate the lurk. I hope you sleep well.
Thank you, Duchess.
Victory! Ooh. Right. Just gonna grab a couple of things. Run, 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 run. Okay, good. Woo! The hair is getting stuck in the headphone because I've broke my other headphones. My little ones that go in here, broken. I don't know how.
Lovely.
It's a skill.
Well
But
done. Well done.
I know. I amaze myself. They just keep like, it's not quite crackling, but it's as if I'm hitting the like jerking the volume. And it just pisses us off, quite frankly. It gives us fucking sensory overload because I'll just be sitting listening. It'll just be like, meh, meh, meh. No thanks. No ta. I'm good.
I am here. I was just having a sneezing fit.
No, you did. It's all good. Doo-doo. I keep forgetting it doesn't automatically send you back and that you have to keep pressing buttons.
Stop it.
Oh god.
I'll go tell Tashin that it's safe.
Oh yeah, you don't know about that, do you?
What did you do?
I love that.
This person's a
You're
hunter,
welcome.
Uncle. They study monsters and, if needed, slay them.
People
We
challenging
slay.
monsters? Incredible. You saved Nata, and now you've saved me as well.
Yes, I
Thank
have.
you.
You're welcome.
I am Tashin. I was friends with Nata's father and had been caring for the boy since his passing.
We're from an organization called the Hunters Guild.
Her voice
That's
sounds
Alma and
weird.
Gemma.
Hello,
Nata
Harold,
told
my
us
dear.
what
Thank you for the
happened
lurk.
to you, so we
Oh
came
god.
to help and investigate the monster that attacked your village.
Okay.
You're after that thing. I see.
Oh, you're gonna set Simon Beard off now.
Are the others
No.
safe, Uncle?
I suppose we should start with that. I'll show you to our village.
We've got ads in
Come.
like 40 seconds.
This way. I can't recall what happened after I helped Nata escape and blocked the passage. All I remember is the sight of that behemoth closing in. I awoke several days
Towards
later.
me?
No, towards
More
the
days passed.
nuclear plant. Nuclear plant. I, like over here. Put it. Line it up right here.
Survivors, places
There you
They're
go.
right on top of you.
Oh my
for
god.
ourselves.
Happy now?
And for
I
those
don't
we
know
lost.
because did you see where the uranium,
was a
where the
labor
nuclear plant is?
without
What
end.
are you doing?
It's right there.
Yeah, but it's angled towards the quartz.
Oh my god.
Like it's. I don't get why it's so difficult.
Yeah, you were standing there and I put it right on top of you. That's what I was like, okay.
Well,
I said
Once
just
our
angle it
wounds
towards
were
the
healed,
uranium, or to the,
we
to
unblocked
I
the
did.
the nuclear plant. No, you didn't. You put it this way towards this mountain.
Are you
this game brought up my OCD so badly. I'm getting
absolutely
there,
am.
yeah?
To shake.
I 100% am.
Madness. None of my people had ventured outside for 1,000 years.
Essex,
Hi, Harold.
hello.
I didn't
I
see
began
that.
to deeply lament
Hi,
my
Essex.
error, condemning Nata
Light
to
of my
some
life.
unknown void. I searched and searched to find him. To
Oh, and
no
now we have ads.
avail. Surely someone must have found him, I prayed. But never did I imagine he would go as far as he did.
Why? Why was I the only one to escape?
The moment I saw that creature, I was certain we would all perish. But I couldn't let
I'm pretty
that
sure the
happen to
reason I'm
you.
getting the occasional bit of like laggy
And
bullshit
now I know the
going
path
on
I chose
is
was
because
right.
of StreamerBot.
Others will feel the same.
Possibly.
So I'm gonna have to be like, oh Joe, how the fuck do I fix that? Because I quite like using my shouties. I spent an entire day getting them sorted. An entire day?
An entire day.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Nata!
You feel okay? That's like actual work.
I know.
Is it really you? Welcome home, Nata. You look good.
Are you all right?
I'm okay. I'm so happy to see you all. Sorry for worrying you.
Gotta say, Mr. Maxwell, your wife has a somewhat scary smile.
So, you said you were
Yeah, but
investigating
if
the
you're not
monster
looking at
that
the smile, you've
attacked
got
our
nothing to worry
home.
about.
Yes.
Oh.
White monster that caused Nata to flee her village.
Someone's a bit loud
Tashin,
behind us.
do you know what it is? Why did it do this to our
I don't
village?
any more to my stream.
Nata.
I've got the reward. Oh, hold
The
on. You
time
weren't
has
there.
come for me
I've got
to tell
rewards
you
now.
about this land and its
I think-
people's long, long history.
You were the last.
I intended to share this with you
The last
day
one you were in
lost.
was. What are you doing?
It is time we set you on your path.
But yeah, I've actually got rewards now.
Hello.
Me.
Hello.
I could hear a really loud stream on my laptop behind us, so I had to go and turn it off. Hello, Necrodeer, how are you? But yeah, there was a really loud stream,
It was known as
so I had to go turn it off, and it's like, well, I'll just, I'll be right back.
Yes. You passed through a massive structure to reach us, did you not? That is what remains of the Outer Bailey, the wall around the capital's vast expanse.
That's incredible.
I know. I was surprised
Yes,
as well,
the
Funky,
people
when
of
I did it.
Iberia had access to limitless
I was like, holy
energy
crap,
that
I've
let them
actually
control
done
nature at
something.
will. They built an advanced civilization and reached the height of prosperity. But Wyveria fell.
No, I don't have it on, guys. I don't know what's
I
going
need
on.
to get shout-outs done.
Been a decent day. Ooh, good. You do. Twitch does have their own built-in one, so if you do /shout-out, it will do an auto one that you don't have to have done yourself.
What you're on about.
But I can show you how to make a stream elements one.
You're gonna have to show me stream.
No,
elements, I
don't
even know
flip
what
it.
that is.
I will.
That means Wilk was created here.
That was
in
such a naughty
Liberia.
giggle. I love it.
We live at the heart of Wyveria's energy.
Oh, well, you are more than welcome.
Stop it.
Well,
Our people subsist.
stop.
Oh, Funky's proud of me. I feel good now.
Funky is proud.
Incredible. I can't believe how versatile it is.
I was just about to do that.
Alright, let's make sure we have our
Funky
pants
is on the case.
We do. Good. Noise is
like
35. Beautiful.
You've never been away,
We
Funky?
still have a shield and we still have a weapon, and we have a dagger just
Oh,
for
she's
this.
just top mod. Top
So
mod is
Robar,
Funky.
where are you?
Fun
So
mon.
you're eating the stew I made. I saw a
Fun
guy
mon.
pee in that.
Fun mon.
earlier.
That's what Ace decided he was gonna call her. Fun mon.
Sir, please don't eat that. Sir, please don't eat that. It's.
I see, I see.
Sir,
that's
this
not
is a
how
Wendy's.
Plate armor moves on your butt, but that. Oh.
Please don't eat that. This is a Wendy's.
Don't eat the macaroni.
Oh my god, the
Okay, he says his
macaroni?
prayers. I'll give him a second. It's rude to interrupt him. There he goes.
I just made
then he'll
incendiary
spoon out of
buckshot
his
rounds
dick.
from my
I have
shotgun
a sheath, I should
in
say,
Red
excuse me.
Dead.
I know you're
I
just
can
starting.
cast fireball.
do
Fuck.
it.
Yes.
An archive of the city's research.
Yes.
Most of them are beyond our
Gee.
understanding.
My favorite person right now. How are you?
Hi, Gee.
And hello, Shadow.
Welcome
How are
in.
you? I didn't know I could make
Hello,
these.
Shadow.
So much fun.
Of those who
Yes.
studied this limitless energy
I've just realised I forgot to put your name in my
usher
tag. Oh,
Iberia
bad
into an era
panda.
of prosperity.
Bad panda.
Mm-hmm. Let me just
Are you on
fix
about my
that.
name?
Yeah.
Researchers.
Let me just fix that.
James, if you can hear us, we miss you, dude.
Now
We need
we
to come
are
back and
just
say hello.
people getting by.
That's fascinating. I don't even know where to begin.
Well, considering how handy they are with Welk, it does stand to reason.
Is that what you name it out there? Here we call it wyvern milk.
Thank you, Funky. Oh, just nearly dropped my controller.
Where is sorry, wyvern milk produced?
Deep underground, in the heart of Wyveria, there is a shrine. It houses something we call
Don't stream yet. No, when you do though, totally gonna be there.
of all
100% gonna be there.
wyvern milk.
And it'll be great.
The dragon torch.
Yeah, I'll be there as
What
well.
can you tell us?
Yeah, get all the clips.
Only that it has existed.
So how are all of you beautiful people doing?
We know
You having a
not
good
how it
Saturday? I'm having a good Saturday.
nor
Don't know about
how
you.
to control
Having a
it.
fabulous Saturday. The
White
best.
monsters seem fixated on wyvern milk. Do the keepers know of any reason that might explain their
Best.
Do it.
That you should see. for
I'm kind of
yourselves.
afraid to, because I'm in
If
so
I
many
may,
chats. I'm scared
I'd
of
like
what
to
would
show
happen. What do you
there
mean?
Later.
Karma and all that. You'd be fine. I mean, there's a mute button. There's a ban button. There's a timeout button. You know, if you get picked on too much. Boop. Fucking bip bip. Yeah, buttons. Fuck yeah.
Why is
Such
it
a
that
good
the
Saturday.
keepers haven't been outside for so long?
You see, Wyveria fell a millennium ago. Of those who survived, half of them left this land.
Panda has
them
buttons
stayed.
also. Ah, they're not very good buttons though.
Our ancestors were those who remained, the founders of this village.
But I'm in a very good mood, so I'm just gonna be like, meh.
But why? They could have gone anywhere.
My sparkle cannot be dimmed today.
It is said that all who lived in the capital helped it along its path to destruction. The crucial
Yes,
role
I
in
do.
its demise.
I'm gonna have to make that louder. I'll have to set that up through the streamer bot
Was
so I
their
can proper
way
blast
of
it.
Taking responsibility to keep watch.
Probably for the best.
The rest
Yeah.
of time.
However, it's very fitting because I do feel good.
The rest of
Essex, are you aware that we hit the 100 sub goal?
What exactly?
Time
did
for a
the
little
ancestors
drinking pool. Cheers, genitals.
Thank you,
Trying to
Shadow.
show you, I think it would be for the best.
I will be right back because I also need to hydrate.
Okay. You need honey. I know. It's all thanks to Guy.
Let us depart.
Lunchtime.
as soon as
What you
have
having
the
for lunch?
chance to unload and prepare.
Do tell, do tell.
Oh, in that case, do you mind if we set up over by the gate?
A
We'd
shower.
like to have a base of operations for us and the other members.
I mean, I can't see that being very filling, but fair. Fair.
There. Are you sure? You're welcome
Do you
to.
have anything with the shower?
Nata, before we go,
Hot.
you should say hello to the others.
Cyber gets to dress up. Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Good. We'll meet back in front of the gate once we're all ready.
Share a beard. Kiev pizza and cheesy chips with garlic. Oh, funky. That sounds divine. I only trust numbers. Letters just don't add up. You're right. You're right. I agree.
Yo.
Yo. What up?
Not much. Other than the ceiling.
Fair.
How's it going for you? How are you doing on the story?
We now need to take a look around or talk to Tashin.
Does the downpour still occur?
You're not far from, well, not the end, but like, you're not far from when you fight the...
I know. The
big
big
one, aren't
one.
you?
Good to hear the Woodwoods are carrying on. Not that I've ever met them.
So
I
your
love the
people
Woodwoods.
are able to find the sustenance you need to live without venturing outside?
You're so
Oh, you
smiley,
see
I love
that?
it. I'm overjoyed.
Oh, yes. I'd like to know more about that.
Yes, as you can tell, Panda is very happy that
I am.
Cyber got 100.
Yeah. I get to see that cake in some sequins.
Oh, God.
I mean, I was going to be visiting either way, but now it's just going to be even more fun. Like I say, I'm getting dressed up as well. I don't know whether I'm going to dress up as another sheriff. I'm going to dress up as Sunny though, because that'll be even funnier.
I can hardly believe it's you, Nata.
You've gotten bigger.
Kids do that.
Sorry. I had no idea what you were all going through. I should have been here for you.
Don't be foolish. All we wanted was for you to be safe.
We're sorry we sent you out there on your own. Everything happened so fast. You must have been so frightened.
He looks terrifying.
It's all right. I wasn't
Which one?
scared.
The bloke in the middle at the end of the sentence when he just suddenly smiles at him, it's like that movie. Right, you done now? Yeah? Yeah? What? It said go and talk to him, so I went and talked. Well, it had a little thing above him. I don't care what he's got to say. Where is this Tashin?
He's in the middle of...
We'll get there.
He's like right, I'm pretty sure he's right next to your tent.
Yeah, it
Or
looks
something
like
that.
it's next to my tent. Go away. I just finished a game called Chernobylite. What a mindfuck. Yeah! Cyber's played that before. And if I remember correctly, he won't fucking play it again. It looks insane. Welcome in. How you doing? Sounds interesting. It looks good. The jump scares are intense. It looks good though. And I still want to go to Chernobyl. It's on my bucket list.
You want to go to Chernobyl?
Yeah.
Ancestors created.
Like the Chernobyl?
Yeah. Well. X. Is it Pripyat or something? The place they evacuated just next to Chernobyl? Because you can't go to actual...
I was going to say, you can't actually go to Chernobyl.
No, you can't go to actual... Not for at least another 1,000 years. But you can go to Pripyat, if I'm saying it right. I could be saying it completely wrong.
Yeah.
You can't go there for long, but you can go there.
Yeah.
Doesn't have any clips. I could have swore
Place
Tide
I'm
had clips.
taking you is known to the keepers as the resting place.
Pripyat, where the game's based. Yeah, I thought. You're allowed to go there. You've got to take a counter with you, if I remember correctly. You normally have to have a guide, and you can only stay there for so long.
Yeah.
But what?
It'll just be like, it'll be mad. I don't know why. I just want to go. I want to see it.
You've got to take anti-radiation tablets as well.
Yeah, you'll have to take
What do you mean?
iodine tablets and shit.
Yeah.
I think it's like 80 minutes. Yeah, it's not long.
We've kept these many years.
But it looks
You can
mental.
go to... You can actually go to... You know the nuclear reactor that was in Japan that, like...
She just probably won't make it back. I'll make it back. Sorry. The one that was in Japan.
Yeah, with one of when the earthquake happened, the reactor basically went off.
Oh.
Well, no, went off, but it leaked, and they have to evacuate the entire city. But you can.
Hello, Pharmacist. That would be cool.
Pharmacist!
I want to go to Hiroshima as well. Well, I just want to go to like China and Japan, to be honest. Cause it's beautiful.
After playing Ghost of Tsushima,
yeah.
I want to go to Tsushima.
I wanted to go there, like, to Japan anyway, but yes, after Ghost of Tsushima, I would love to go to Tsushima. Especially, I just want to go during cherry blossom season, because, oh my god. Or in the autumn, when the maples are shedding, because fuck, it'll be beautiful.
They've still got all the Torii gates as well, that lead to the shrine.
Yes. Just yes. How you doing, Pharmacist? Oh. Unless you watch that horror show... No, it's not a show, it was a movie where the tree is the tentacle.
Is that a scary movie?
No, it was... What's it called? Ashford... No. Ugh. Or is it Ash versus Good and Evil? Or that one that Mike just said.
Asperger's versus Evil.
Ash versus
Oh, I will jump in a chat with you, Harmy, later.
I am in so many clips.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, if you were the Pharmacist to have a clip up, I'll just hear me in the background.
You're in 2 of my clips.
Yeah.
You're in 2. You're in the Mammoth one. And the Elden Ring one.
That was funny.
The funny one.
Mm-hmm.
Although the Mammoth one, you kind of sound like a shocked mum when I tell you that I killed the mum.
Because I am shocked. I'm just like, fucking, excuse me? You did what? Oh, it's the fight with the whippy bitch.
Yes.
I'm good. Was in a reading phase. Lost to the world, it happens. I'm alright, thanks. How are you? I'm not too bad. Thanks. I am overjoyed, actually. I'm in such a good mood. Such a good mood.
Seriously?
The Guardians were created with several unique properties. One, they don't eat. Wyveria's energy is their sole requirement.
Panda's managed to get somebody to dress in sequins. So she's very happy.
I am. The behavior of the Doshagama and Rathalos we saw.
I am in a good mood. I have managed to reach the target for Cyberbeard, so we're gonna get Shaberbeard.
They don't die of natural causes?
Do you know what makes it even sweeter? What makes it even sweeter, right? Is the cocky motherfucker was in his stream just before it ended, giving it all this, you thought you were gonna make it and you didn't make it, did you? And then he raided Guy. And Guy is a beautiful, beautiful human. And he just went, oh, you need these extra ones? Here you go. I'm like, oh, thank you so much, I could cry. Don't underestimate.
Because its species was extinct.
Oh, the
I
Guy.
don't know if that's the only reason, but yes.
You can take your streamer boo and shove it, random robot.
Attacked the village and fled.
That doesn't come up on the chat for me.
No, because you can put certain phrases in that are instantly banned, basically. And
okay, right.
so it'll only pop up for me saying that it's there, and I can either allow it or I can tell it to fuck off.
Right.
And it's like, let me think about that.
Just because, like, I was reading the chat and you were like, there's a bot. I was like,
not allowed phrases. Yeah, no, it doesn't pop up.
no, there isn't. I'm modding right now. I don't know what you're talking about. Lies.
Yeah, Cyber's got it as well, where you've got like certain ones. So this in me Discord, in Twitch, where I've put like, well, in the Twitch section where I've put the certain websites, I've instantly put them in not allowed. I've done it for a couple of people I mod for. Yeah, it is a good feature. It is. But once I've put it in a banned phrase, the mods can't see it. It literally just pops up for me. Because there'll be times I'm sitting in Cyber stream and it'll just be like, Cyber has banned this person. I'm like, where the fuck were they like? Did you just randomly pick someone and be like, banned?
But you do.
Not today, Satan.
I don't like your name. I don't want to risk you ever coming into this stream. Banned. Turns out no.
I'm sorry.
I seen it.
I shouldn't take it out on you.
I wonder how you saw it. No.
You really do take after your father. Not
Either way. Banned.
his role among our people.
Not today, motherfucker.
That pendant has a very unique
I mean, I do have to say they're getting creative with their messages. The one where it's like, your chat's like a graveyard. Go here. I appreciate it.
That's so mean.
Yeah, it's like
Ellie, it's funny.
harsh but funny. Thank you. The best part is they always send it when people are talking in me chat. When me chat's when chat's being quiet and everyone's just chilling. Not a peep. As soon as we start having a bit of a conversation, it's like, hey, excuse me, you chat shit. I'm like, suck your nan.
Oh, Panda, you're gonna have to change that for Terry.
Change what? Change what?
Look what Terry just said.
Oh, a mod on 2 Discords and about 4 TikToks. Not on Twitch yet, though. Would you like to be a mod, Terry?
You need to change that. Terry, you need to join us.
Don't feel like you actually have to do anything.
I mean, I'm a mod and I don't do anything.
Enjoy your show. Run while you still can. I'm gonna have to watch that actually, solo leveling.
It's good. It's good.
I've heard good things.
There's a like a parody of it on YouTube called, I think it's called Sister Leveling.
Oh.
Yeah, it's exactly what you think.
I bet. Leave me alone, you whippy bitch.
On my way.
Did I put that on? No. Have now. Woo! Let me tell you something. I mean, oh no. That was sheer dumb luck.
Yeah.
For Frodo! Zelda! Hello, my dear. How are you? Welcome, Terry. Abuse the power. Thank you, Harvest Sister. I shall try.
We're going to.
I may fail.
Ow.
I love and hate solo leveling. The cliffhangers. Ooh, I should have looked up. 1 second.
Don't pay attention to the chat right now. There's a big bird dragon.
There is, and it's got whips. You don't know my safe word. You should not be using whips. Woo!
Back here, you bitch.
Yeet. Oh, go fuck yourself. Cucumber! Cucumber!
He has a wound on his...
Oh, he does. Hang on, here. Fuck, missed. Ooh. Come on, die. Oh, come on, that should have hit.
I got it.
Good. Because I fucking did not. Woo! I mean, generally, I'd kind of agree, Terry, but right now, no ta. Oh, I don't have any wound breaking bullets yet.
It's alright, I got it.
Oh, wait, there I do. It's fine, don't worry. They'll reload.
Thank you, Cap.
Drink the potion. Hang on.
There's one of these two.
Move, bud. Thank you. Did it just fucking toot? Yeah, fuck you. Uh-oh. I deserve that. Did I break Panda's page or some shit? Oh, I dropped a few frames there. Okay. No, it's not you. And I will answer you in a minute, I swear. As soon as I'm able to look away from the screen and not die.
You should be fine with that.
Be careful.
If I start streaming, I'm gonna need you to make sound alerts for us. Bet. Done. Like, I mean, oh no. Done. Cucumber. I mean, that could be one. I like cucumber though.
Nata!
It's enough to temporarily.
Tashine! You're okay! We were so worried.
I am good, Zelda. Thank you, my
We
dear.
hid
How are
in the
you? How's everything
cocoons.
going?
It tricks the Guardians, at least for a while.
And these? Wow.
If you had to
I'm
hide
once
in a
again in
cocoon
your
to
debt.
get away from that thing, I would
Thank you.
take death.
The strength
I would
you
take my
possess.
chances. I ain't climbing in no
It
cocoon.
is.
You saw it, right?
Can you get out of the cocoon?
What Arkfeld was
Oh, well,
doing.
apparently I probably couldn't even get into the fucking thing, let alone get out of the
Yes,
thing.
it was feeding.
You look if I can get out of a
It's
seat
unprecedented.
without making old people
Where did it
noises and
learn this
grabbing onto
behavior?
something. Like, I bet that was
Can
an
it still
attractive
be
face.
considered a guardian?
What's a
And if
safe
not,
word?
What is it in danger of becoming?
You're certain this has never happened before?
A safe word is when one of these monsters
No,
comes along and
at
beats the
least
shit out of
not
you,
that I'm aware of.
and you need it to stop.
You need to just
It's the word. It's the word that you say while you're crying in
She
pain.
would know
Just
more than I.
please stop. Please.
never make stop
Yes,
your safe
she
word.
is somewhat of
Don't
an
do it.
advisor to the
Is that
keepers.
Maxwell with a huskier than usual
She
voice? It is.
hardens
It is.
information from
Yeah.
far
He is.
reaches
He
And
is.
has amassed knowledge from across history.
Where can we find her?
In a village some distance
I'm not
from
getting
here.
ill for every
But
stream
a
so that I can
blizzard
have a better
and
voice.
giant monster there makes the path
I'm just letting you know.
treacherous.
It'd be funny
no
though, wouldn't
keeper
it?
dares make the
It'd
journey.
be annoying.
At some point, he's just gonna be like, "Hello, everybody. Welcome to stream."
We've come this far.
Don't be
Glad that you've come here today.
Get that man a
not know
lemsip. I've
what
told him he needs
awaits.
some honey. Get some mead.
They can
Two
do
birds,
it.
one
I
stone.
know they can.
I'm Batman.
Batman.
Even so,
I'm going
To be
with
fair,
you.
I've never seen them both in the room at the same time.
Knows what
Just saying.
Arkfeld is becoming.
I've actually got a
I
T-shirt
need
that
to
says
know.
that. So
Mama didn't raise no quitter. Exactly, Terry. Mama didn't raise no bitch.
it's very true. It's very true.
But she did raise a procrastinator.
and may your courage bring us the answers we seek.
We gotta prepare if we're gonna take on the cold.
Like, I'm sorry. Whenever
Agreed.
Gem is on the screen, I
Let's
am not
regroup
paying
at the
attention
Keeper's Village.
to anything that she says. I am genuinely just looking at her chest.
Ooh! Thank you very much. And hello.
Yeah, thank you for subbing. 2 months.
I gave my wife my headphones. Can you go, ah? I mean, oh no. Hello, Shadow Wife. How are you? Maxwell's wife, yeah. I mean, at least if you're having an argument, she'll probably forgive you quicker because you'll just be like, yep,
I'll be looking at them bounce.
yeah. Like, I am taking everything you were saying. You are so right. You are so right. How could I possibly have questioned you? Or bouncy wife. Do you know what you should do? You should punish me. With these.
The new update that's coming, you're going to be able to change... what's her name? Alma?
Oh, are you?
She's the Hunter Guild woman. Is it Alma? Hold on.
Grandma didn't raise no quite. Fuck yeah. She says she's over it. She's over it? She's over it?
Maxwell's wife is super... Maxwell's wife is super hot. Like, yeah.
She started laughing when you read that and made her day. You're welcome. It's been a long week, baby's driving her nuts. Oh, bless you, Petal. The joys, eh? Oh, yeah, I'm meant to press... I'm waiting for this screen to go off.
Everyone,
I need to press the
I'm told
button.
that Allharkin lives in a village in the peaks called Suja.
Good
However,
gosh.
the only path there from the ice shard cliffs
I'm normally
is
very good at
frozen
pressing
over
buttons.
and supposedly untraversable.
Aren't us either.
We'll need to set up a base camp somewhere and search for a different route.
Piss him off all the time.
Well, we're in luck then. Astrum unit got
Especially
in touch.
today.
And it sounds like they've built a base camp in that secret place Rove showed us.
Then what do you say we link
Oh,
up with
Zelda,
them
you've
and
got all
share
this to come,
everything
love.
we've learned?
Baby driving your nuts. Right, so... Don't care.
They might have
What we on
info
to
to share
next?
too. Let's head to their camp in the cliffs.
Ice Shard Cliffs. Talk to Olivia. Don't have Ice Shard Cliffs yet. Oh, okay, fine. I do need to top my bullets up though. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Are you using light bow gun? I am. I am. Do you play this? What do you normally use? And how are you?
If you say switch axe, you're allowed a cookie.
You can have a cookie anyway, it's okay.
Shut up, Panda.
We'll just not tell him. Shut up, Panda. Just because you're in a good mood doesn't mean I've spoiled my fun. Stop it. No. Oh. Right. Ammo pouch. Never mind. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Just restock everything. I don't really need that. But fine. I'm fine. You use charge blade and gun lance. I think I remember he's talking about gun lance at one point. I can't use gun lance to save my fucking life. But my mate just joined my Xbox party and he sounds like Ghost. All the lads are crushing on him right now. Tell him to call him a good boy. See what happens. Just see what happens. Because honestly, Yoasty, right? Me ham sliced Kerry Gold of Yoasty. He turns round in a chat full of men and he'll be like, "You're such a good boy." Even I am like, "Yes, I am." Everyone in chat is instantly just like, "Hello, how are you?" Mr. Kerry Gold Irish. Jesus. He's 6'4" in the army and wears a mask. Ooh. Ooh. Has he ever considered a job on TikTok? He'd be very rich.
Or OnlyFans.
Yes, or OnlyFans. BookTok. And book talk women.
I'm pretty sure Panda would just fund all his stuff.
I would be a supportive bro.
Supportive bro.
I would be a supportive bro. Now I'm just hunting for golden crowns on the monsters. Oh, so you've done the whole thing then? Nice. Did you enjoy it? I'm assuming you did if you're still hunting. I'm 6'3", retired from the army. Everyone's so tall. He's on TikTok. He's also in me DMs. Go on, Terry. Right behind you, Panda. See? Funky Monkey's there and all. We are supportive bros.
What do you
Right,
say
let's see.
Hey.
I'm 7 foot and was a general. No lie. Fucking Terry, hello, Gee. How are you? Yeah, I still like it. I'm just waiting for the first Elder Dragon coming out and some new monsters. Ooh, that'll be good.
That's on the 4th.
Ooh.
Is it?
Some new monsters. Yeah, when the new update comes.
Very nice, very nice. Just keeping an eye on my phone because Amy finishes work at 11 and I want to make sure she either gets a taxi or she gets a lift.
Hey.
Right, can we get...
What are we making today?
I don't know. Why does she have to say it like that? I'm just minding me business and she's all up my face like, what are we making today? Bad decisions? Leave us alone. God. I do kind... Oh, no, never mind. I was like, I do kind of like that armor. I take it back.
Anything catch your eye?
Maxwell, your wife's flirting with everyone.
It's alright. It's okay if they flirt.
Ooh! That looks nice. Not too keen on the headpiece with that one, though. Terry's about to slide into Gee's DMs and Funky's like, hello there, Zelda. How are you 7 foot general? We have some thirsty women in this chat. Thirsty. And I am here for it.
Yeah.
Guardian
Totally.
secret.
Totally.
Oh, I can see the full thing of this now. Oh, that's a choice. I mean, that's a nicer choice, but... No.
Which arm is that?
That's
the water blizzard thing.
I'm here with Panda. And blew off an evening with a dinner date. Another one. What's wrong with this one? Come on.
Hey, you can't be blowing people up. Just wrong.
Off. Not up.
Oh, off.
Off.
Oh.
Oh, I do like that mind. Christ, it makes that chesty.
No complaining.
I'm not as big of a fan as for the female version of it though.
Yeah, the male one's better.
Yeah. So not impressed that I play guitar. Hinted at removing the studio. Oh no.
Yeah. Well done, Gee. Good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
No.
Kick that one to the curb.
Hard. Oh, that's... No. That every time I see that, I think of Tina Turner in Mad Max. Welcome to Thunderdome, bitch. The Wrath of Loss. Ooh. No. I don't like that one either. No. I do like that though. Should we see about... Oh, wait. Oh.
Got something in mind?
Palico. Priorities. So we currently look amazing. Look at his little legs. So cute. So we have... Let's have a look. The Rompopolo, which we've already seen, because... I love the fact that it's just a bouncing cat brain in a jar.
Yeah, of course you do. Yeah.
So that's the
Why am I
spider.
not surprised by this?
I know. I'm quirky. What can I say?
Damn right, Max. Yeah, Geek, don't worry, Geek. I got your back.
We got you, boo.
Bros.
I kind of like that one, actually.
Finger game strong. Whose finger game is strong?
I'm assuming Terry means geese.
Yeah, well, you'd think so. He does play bass.
That's questionable. I'm on about the Palico gear. Sorry. That's cool. I like the weapon. And then my money don't jiggle. Tina Turner.
You know what? Oh, you mean Tina Turner? Oh yeah.
Tina Turner. However. No, stupid. You meant to do that. No. It looks like he's got a beard. It's kind of funny. Nope. Oh, that's a choice. Yep.
Ready to get to work?
Yes, I am.
Alrighty. Perfection.
I don't like the squid head.
I don't like the squid head, but at the same time, it's
Ready
funny.
to get to work? Alrighty. Perfection.
That's funny. And it jiggle wiggles.
Jiggle wiggles.
It jiggle wiggles. And it has good fire resistance. And weapon-wise, that looks like the best one I can give him for now.
Perfection.
That's a thunder one. Do we have a
Money don't
paralysis?
jiggle.
It folds. I like to see you wiggle. For sure. Thank you. Stop it. So that's blast. That's ice. Sleep. We could do a... Hello, G. How are you? We could do a sleep or a poison. Why don't I have a paralysis weapon?
Hi, Bearded.
Bearded?
Yeah,
hello! Why did I not say that? Is there supposed to be a random face in the top corner of stream?
Oh yeah, you've got a random face.
What do you mean I've got a fucking random face?
It's now Bearded's
Oh.
logo. Before you just had some guy in sunglasses.
Was that not geeks?
Carrie
It might have
said,
been. No,
dances.
it wasn't gay.
I got attacked by a little wolf.
I know what my bros.
This is true. This is true. I'm sorry. I shouldn't question that at all.
Oh, why is everything not working?
I'm good making dinner. Ooh, what you having for dinner? What?
Right. The next monster, just let me show you my Palico. Okay?
Okay.
You are gonna love it.
The profile pic isn't hiding. Oh, for the love of...
That's
It's gone
the
now.
word, profile pic.
To be honest, I think since I've swapped onto StreamerBot, everything slows down a little bit. Like, because I'm doing the shouties now, I'm gonna get drops. The computer, it can't handle it. So I'm just gonna look into what I've got to upgrade in order to make it handle it.
Last player standing.
3.
Oh my god.
Damn.
I do have spotted, bro.
Yeah, you tell. Making dinner, pasta, shredded cheese and dressing. Ooh, Ooh, nice. I'll stick with this for now. Thank you, Funky. And chicken. Ooh. That will be nice. Right, what have I got to do now? Olivia, ice shards. Go. Come on, Sticky Pop. That's... What are you doing? Don't know why I said they're making dinner again. Because you can. Obviously. Oh, we do have the icy thing. I was just in the wrong place. I knew that. Login bonus! So, how are you guys doing? Is everything going well? How is your Saturday? Mine's fabulous. Fabulous. Oh. Where is it saying they are? Ah. No. Thank you.
Please, as if anyone wanted to hear one more word of that windbag's garrulous speech.
I still don't like him.
Who's here?
Which one?
We took
The
the
dude.
liberty of building a base camp in this fine place you found for us.
The dude with the shifty eyeballs. Not the dude that I initially thought wasn't a dude.
The dude. There's
Not
two of them.
Eric. Not Eric.
Not Eric, okay.
We have new info on the White Wraith. Get ready for this
I
one.
understand now, completely.
Shifty McShifterson.
Synthetic? You're kidding.
Yeah.
If it turns out to be true, that's a bombshell.
It's not like it's never been talked about before. The possibility of creating new species. But
That's why we need to find a way to Suja, to find out as much as we can.
Well, in that case, perhaps we should contact the local expert.
We bumped into a very verbose Wadwad while investigating the cliffs.
Think I know the one.
All right, I'll take you to where he is.
She sounds like
That'd be
demonically
great.
possessed.
You ready to go?
Werner and I will stay put.
Or your guy.
My female.
The great bridge up ahead should get us to his hidey hole all the quicker.
Like, 1 minute she sounds fine, the next minute it's like Beelzebub's trying to just crawl his way out, and then he just goes back down.
Called the Al-Harkin. Am I keeping up?
He just pops his head out, just like...
Any of
hello.
this
Yeah,
before.
just a reminder he's still there.
Sure your head is spinning as much as mine.
Oh, hot pepper, that's the one. Ah! Stop it. Right, stay still. Thank you. Jesus. That's all I wanted.
We'll bear right once we're across the bridge.
Oh, look at those arches. We're seeing the remnants of civilization at its prime. Time really is just a straight line, huh? Just a line of infinitesimal movements leading to the present.
Oh, this is the big fuck off one, isn't it? I think.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. Prepare yourself.
You pretty much set to go now.
I love that it's called Siki Pop. Oh. I knew that. Hello.
Howdy.
Hello, my friend. Oh, fishy. Was the slurping really necessary?
Yes.
I disagree.
It's to show that you're
What's
good with your
this?
tongue.
How capricious our meetings and partings seem to be. You need not explain.
Don't expose me.
You have traveled here to
Clutching
seek
my
my
pearl.
That's right. How did you know?
Terry, slurping's always
We
necessary.
need to reach a village called Suja.
See, Terry gets it.
Do you know of a way
Terry
there?
gets it.
God damn.
Hmm.
First.
I
This may be
I don't know whether you're
limited only
surprised by the fact that, like,
minds.
what was said, or whether it was me that said it.
You. 100% because you said it.
I know of a path.
Yeah, okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
Grouted with risk.
I know, I'm usually a gentleman.
By a Goliath.
It was, what was it, in one of your last streams, something really crude was said, and I was in VC, I think it was with Cyber and G, and I was just like, oh no, oh, I can't hear that said about Maxwell. That's like someone saying they want to fuck my brother. Oh no, don't do it. I'm literally like, you go boy, but at the same time, oh, I don't need to hear that. It was quite funny.
That way. Straight on to the end.
It was like, yeah, but ew, yeah, but
Yeah.
ew.
Self-evident.
It was like, you go girl, but
Yeah, if I'm honest, it's the same way when Cyber flirts with you. It's
I
like,
know, I know.
yeah, ew.
I know, I've told him. I told him.
Ew.
I was like, I'm amazed Maxwell sips in some of these chats. And he's like, why? I was like, because like, you'll come in and you'll say what you say. Yosti'll come in and Yosti'll say what he says. G'll come in and G'll just be like, I'm just going to say it to everybody so nobody feels left out. I was like, and I know for a fact Maxwell's sitting there like, it's like you're trying to get with my younger sibling and I don't know what to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you take the rear?
I just sit there and I'm just like, Tom's not related to me. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's also disgusting.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
That's it, do the same thing. I'm like, you go, Maxwell. Don't tell me a thing, though.
Was the death.
And then my actual siblings, I'll just be like, you go, girl. Give me the deets. No one is left out when I'm there. I know, G.
I know you. I know.
What? Now was not the time.
Oh, Panda, get ready to see the cat.
The big wild
You're
hunt
going-
dragon.
you're
This
going
dragon
with-
reminds me of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt.
Yeah. I've stuck to calling it Skeletor because it looks like it's
That's fair. However, anytime anyone mentions Skeletor because of Instagram, I'm always like, remember! Until we meet again! The most recent one that popped up on my Instagram was a, remember, you are not useless. You can always be used as a bad example. Until we meet again! And then it fucked up. And I was just like, wow, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong, and it's sort of a very optimistic way to look at something, I suppose. That's a very, very glasses half full approach, but like, did they have to? The useless bit was unnecessary. They could have done anything.
Yeah, it's one of those moments where you're like, I feel called out here.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm being called out.
Pretty much. Oh. Well, hello there.
Thank you for the raid.
Yes, thank you for the raid. How are you? Oh, and the thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. How was your stream?
That place covered in icicles.
And what were you streaming?
We might be able to set up a pop-up camp.
Could one of my beautiful moderators please give a shout out? I don't know what the fuck that was about. Done it now. Thank you. Oh god.
Enemy slain.
Like they hurt.
On my Nata, you stay here.
We'll get the camp set up.
So that happens. I didn't realise that was the thing it did. But thank you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on, got an itchy forehead. Ooh. Forehead. Let's be honest, 10 head. So how was stream? And welcome in Raiders, I am Panda Pop. I am having
What
the
were you
best
playing?
Saturday ever. And we are playing Monster Hunter Wilds, but yes.
Oh my god, okay.
Oh my goodness, I have another one.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Oh, he was playing Yakuza.
Ooh, oh, like a dragon.
Yeah.
I'm nowhere near. I'm
Hello, welcome in. How you doing?
Squish, still checking corners. Look up.
Hello, Chrissy.
Walk
I think I
straight
blinked
past the
for a second
vandal.
and everyone's dead.
We should probably pick up the gun on the floor. Oop, there it is. And Alia got it instead. Yeah.
What were you playing today? Oh, Valorant. Oh. How did it go?
Wow.
Tell me all about it.
Every game so far, one person has been outstanding on the team and the others have kind of been...
absolutely. This is Shorty's game, it would seem. Here.
Welcome in, Raiders. How's everybody doing? For those who don't know who I am Panda Pop. I'm currently playing Monster Hunter Wilds with Mr. Maxwell, who you will hear in the background shortly. Best Saturday ever. How's it going? Playing the game tournament for my team. 1 win, 1 loss today. Hope Monster Hunter's treating you well. It is. It is. Thank you very much.
It is treating us very well today.
Yes, it is. Well done on your win. I've never played Valorant. I am absolutely fucking shite at first-person shooters. As everyone in this chat that is regularly here will be able to tell you. Shite. It's hell. Don't. Oh, well, there you go. Not doing it then. I was thinking about it, but nope. I'll turn this back up. So we are about to hunt. Okie dokie. Once Maxwell returns, we are about to hunt a dragon that personally I think looks like the Monster Hunter Wilds. No, that's what we're playing. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. It gives that vibe. It's a raid and run, but I'll be sure to drop by when I can next time. Enjoy your stream. Not a problem. If anyone else needs to raid and run, by all means, I understand. After you've done a stream, you kind of just want to chill out. But thank you very much for choosing me to raid. I appreciate that greatly, and I hope you have a wonderful evening. Thank you again. I was pulled into Master Rank last night. You can ask about the fun crap. Oh. I'm back, just had to watch some Pokemon cards being pulled. Ooh, did they pull anything good? I'm surprised Panda hasn't died yet. I'm getting better. Marvel Rivals, sorry, it's because I'm playing Blink and Monster Hunter. I was just literally like, Master Rank? No, sorry.
Master Rank?
No, it was Marvel Rivals, but excuse me, I'm not finished talking. What the fuck you doing? Get out. Damn. Anyway. Because I'm playing this, I read MR instead of Marvel Rivals as Master Rank.
Zelda.
Zelda.
What Pokemon cards were?
Yeah, I said that too.
Were pulled.
Anything good? Anything good? Also, Maxwell, are you ready?
I'm ready to go. I'm just waiting for the
I'm ready.
my hot chocolate's ready.
I just finished solo leveling. Ooh, what do you think? So this is very Wild Hunt, isn't it? Very. Jindahad.
Go for the head and forelegs first.
Skeletor.
Let's do this. If anyone's
Remember!
I know it's you.
Fuck knows who she is. Seems cool ripping some journey together. Ooh. Got nothing on Panda. Smash that like and subscribe. Oh, Zelda. You're the best cheerleader. But yeah, imagine running about Massager beating people over the head That was me for 2 hours in Yakuza. Fair. Right, I'll actually shoot it.
Our attacks aren't having any effect.
That's because I haven't attacked. Just saying. I love that. She's like, our attacks aren't having an effect. That's because I've done fuck all. I've done nothing. I'm talking to my people. Oh, there you go. Woo!
I'm going for the tail.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going for the sky. There we go. My wife said she saw something about them not renewing it, and I was like, nobody's that stupid. I was gonna say, I've heard it's meant to be quite good. There's loads of people watching it. Why on earth would they not renew it?
Oh, Solo Leveling?
Mm.
It's, I think it's to do with the company that's actually making it.
Oh.
They're going bust. Well, with it being so popular, I can see another studio taking it out.
Oh, yeah. Right, can you let me... I can't get that, wound. It's already broken 6 records. Jesus.
Where's the wound?
Oh! Not what I wanted. Not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. It's on the list.
Yes, it's working. You're doing great. It's down. Now it'll be easier to target those bridges.
That's how Griffin lies when he's being lazy. Just his back end flopped to the side and his front legs up. Woo. I will be with you in 1 second. Do you know what doesn't help? I've kind of partially disassociated, so I've got half a stary going on right now. Which is always good. Who doesn't love a good disassociation, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. True,
there we go,
true.
I'm back. I'm back in the room. There's a little ball firefight, Human Torch style. Ooh.
My sacred.
Do my cat before we move on.
Huh? Oh, the cat. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's cold.
It is cold.
Oh. But it's adorable. We have an advert in 1 minute, just so you know. Don't worry, when you get back, I'll still be fighting this fucking thing.
Yeah.
But it is adorable. Did you see it? Oh my goodness. I just wanted to get it a blanket and wrap it up and give it snuggles. Oh, nice.
Yeah, I got him.
You showed who's boss. Showed who's boss.
Yeah.
Yeah! Well, it was pink. Ooh, it can be paralyzed?
Yeah.
Nice. Ad's about to start. Ooh! Yeah! Yes! That was complete fluke. Woo!
No, it wasn't. What are you talking about? We're professionals, remember? Ow.
Don't let that take away from what he just said. I need that.
He's got a wound on his side.
What?
He's got a wound on his side. Yeah,
Oh.
I got it.
Me too. Oh, never mind. Ah! What's it gonna do? Ah!
Ow. You know, you could have at least let me get up.
Don't be silly.
That would have been the gentle thing to do, you know?
Well, let's aim for the legs, so let's do some legs. Leg day. Can you, thank you so much. Nice!
Maybe it uses those rings to manipulate the air's temperature. Looks like I have its attention.
Oh well.
Ow.
Excuse me. Could you come down? Thank you so much. True, you got clapped for those 2 rounds I was in. I gave up the stream to make food. Got the kids on my own today, so gotta be a chef too. Well, yeah. Get them in there with you, teach them how to cook.
Before, huh?
Oh dear. Ooh, Betty! I'm gonna regret this. Ah! Why am I stuck? Please get unstuck.
I got your back.
Thanks. Oh, it landed on my head.
I am gonna chop your table. You don't have a choice, alright? Just accept it.
Why face that way for?
Let's go after it.
Step bro. The trusty forward roll. Yeah, Ty had said step bro, so I just read it out.
Oh, okay.
You can't go wrong with a trusty forward roll. That's a lie. You can definitely go wrong.
Yeah.
Move, bird.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
I know how to bring him down.
Me too.
Dodge him. Just keep dodging him. Just keep dodging him. Ow, I did not dodge him.
I did not dodge that. You know what? Fuck you. Fuck you. Oh, yes, I shall.
A few moments later.
Divincan button bashing, you will get timed. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Run, run, run! Run where?
Over to me, over to me.
But it's not gonna give me time. I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. Nearly died. No, I died.
For the next time he does it, you see the things that are in the air, just pull one of those down. Oh shit.
The thing you had in the air?
There's some like floating ice cubes in the air. You'll see them when you come back.
Thank you,
can
Funky.
pull them down and you use that as cover.
Is the tail vulnerable? I think it is, yeah, because like...
It is.
Yeah,
I'm beating the shit out of it.
I was going to say Maxwell has smashed the absolute shite out of it. So... But to be fair, that's the first death today. So we're doing good, right? Oh well. Whoop. Maxwell, you mean Batman? Yeah!
Yeah!
I forgot.
I need to
Batwell, isn't it?
I need to make a Batman armor.
You do.
Yes.
You do. I thought it was Batwell.
Yeah, if you look up, you see
Batwell,
those
brilliant.
like,
Oh,
those
right,
things that are
yeah.
flowing. When he does that, you pull them down and you hide behind it. Yeah.
We'll run it back.
Come on. Just cut the fucking tail.
Okay, back to the kitchen I go. Have fun. Haha, you thought you were going to hit me, but you didn't.
There
There
we
goes your
go.
tail.
Got your fucking tail, you bitch!
Fucking bip bip. Oh, wound. Pew. Come here. Yeah, chef.
He's got another wound. He's got another wound.
Do it.
Got it.
Boom.
He's got one of his other foot well.
Oh, we got a broken leg. Fabulous.
Keep whittling health down. It'll get
We're trying. God, she's like Captain Obvious, isn't she? Keep getting his health down. I'm not going to give him a fucking band-aid. Jesus. Are we?
Aim for the head. Because you can break his hands up. As well.
I think it's mad.
Yeah, I don't think it's my friend anymore.
Morning. Oh god. Ah! Private hire.
Bridges must be its weakness. Any moment. Don't think about weapon. Attacking.
Good shit.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I pissed it off. Hello. Lovely weather.
Don't get hit now.
Fuck off,
Easy
Olivia.
now.
Don't get hit now. Not like I'm Ryan. I know. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
I got you, Panda.
Thanks. Oh no, you don't.
I was trying.
You were doing very good job.
God.
My character's just like, well, I'm here now. I may as well die.
You alright?
No.
Don't go out there unless you got some kind of ice protection, okay?
I do have ice protection. See?
Fuck, missed. Yeah.
Thank you, Funky. I appreciate you. Right. We can't let Maxwell have all the fun now, can we? My missus has been in the bath for nearly 2 hours. At what point should I check on her? Now.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea to check
Now.
them now. So, didn't like that.
Oh shit! Deserved.
Thanks.
Got him.
Victory!
Victory hot chocolate.
Fuck knows what's going on in there. But the saying
Send it
is,
to the abyss.
sleep a dog's eye, I think. Fair. I mean, to be honest, I know that the hot water can help ease the muscle pain and
Zelda's got a point, to be fair.
I know. The float, like, it helps release some of the pressure off the human that's inside the human. Oh no, I didn't carve the tail.
By some miracle.
You don't get to in this one.
Oh, that's alright. Oh. Let me tell you something.
We do get to hunt it again later.
Oh.
As a standard thing, which is, you know, my cat.
Hmm.
That's the armor from that skeleton.
That's unexpected. No, Seeky Pop. Fly, you fool. Good bird. Good bird. Good.
Never again.
Ow.
I'm okay.
Nobody asked.
The blizzard.
I feel like we've been streaming for ages. We've only been here
What happened to it?
for
This area
under 2
appears
hours.
unaffected.
We've done a lot of talking to chat
I have.
on this stream.
Look at the crew. Fucking best crew. Oh yeah.
Be better if I was there. It'd be like the best commander.
Oh, 100%. The bestest. Oh yeah. Did one of my lights go off? No. It suddenly just got very dark over that side of the room. Very weird. Didn't like it. Ow.
How's Dark Omen finding Yakuza?
This must be Sucha, right? Where we'll find the Allharkin.
He's currently in the kitchen as far as I'm aware, but when he gets back we can ask him.
Okay, good. I'm
Oh,
like
he's
miles
here.
off.
He says it's great.
It's great. I'm miles off like a dragon at the moment. I think I've like 9 games. Oh no.
Right, so let's go have a look-see. I love how you've got 3 normal secrets and then my little ginger one. Just Seeky Pop. Just chilling. Excuse me, you don't have to be in every camera angle, Mrs. Maxwell. We were
Yeah,
trying
she
to look at the ginger bird. Not this
Yeah,
ginger
yeah,
bird. That ginger bird.
It's so strange.
She's just making sure that I can see it.
She really was. She was just like, is this my angle?
You are watching a master at work.
Thank you, dear.
If you told me this place was protected by some secret aegis, I'd believe it.
Oh, Look over there. That's where we
Phone in
came from.
hand and TV is showing the stream too. Oh my word, so I'm like surround sound right now. Ugh.
Are you the one?
Look at the boogie, it's got a frog on its head. Mrs. Maxwell working them cameras for the boys. Yeah.
Hell
Look
yeah.
at it! It's so cute! With its little frog. Did that frog just flip me off?
Yeah.
God damn. fucking rude. Fuck you.
Time
This
for a
wasn't
little
pig and poo.
Cheers, genitals.
Wow.
Thank you. And the kids have something to watch. Oh no. It's not my fault if they copy my words.
Yeah.
Kill
Panda
it. I'm not
seems
killing Poogie.
Panda seems family friendly, but honestly, she's not.
I say that. If I'm aware that there's kids, I tend to tone it down, but that's like when I'm in their vicinity. I will not be able to do it on here because I will completely forget within 5 minutes. Maxwell, you must hydrate too. Poogie? Yeah, it's a Poogie.
I am drinking hot chocolate because
we can rename it.
Who is doing the harvesting up top?
Poogie.
The owl Harkin said she would.
Wait, we can rename the Poogie.
Yeah. What should we rename the Poogie?
Bearded.
Bearded.
Yeah.
Oh, Maximus. Maximus is a good one. Or Cyber.
Yeah, we could call it Cyber.
We could call it Poogie Beard because you've all got beards. Oh no, could we? Have we got any other suggestions? I would have said tired. It does look a little bit tired-like, doesn't it? Sausage. I like sausage. Babe. Babe is a good shout.
Can't call it Babe.
Okay, we
doesn't
can't
go
call it
cheap.
Babe. Bacon. Bacon. Well, we've got two for bacon.
2 for bacon.
I would 100% call it cunt.
Gammon. You mean gammon?
You mean gammon? We could call it gammon.
Gammon. You're gonna go murder the Zelda bad guy. and eat it.
Gammon. It's a pig. It is a pig, but there's no sheep.
Why not? Why not? Because Babe is a sheep herding pig.
Yeah, this is just a pig with a frog hat.
Yeah.
I'm tired. It's been a long day. I mean, I would have used the C. Don't even need to use the K. Right, so we've got 2 for bacon. Have we got anything else?
Yes, Darkholman. I am known
Why?
to be one of those.
Why have you said kids? I'm not calling it kids. That's weird.
Kids.
Yeah, Tired's just like kids.
Jerome. I think it's going to have to be bacon. I think bacon wins.
Yeah, bacon so far. The C word where kids listen, remember the amount of times I have said fuck and everything else. Plus, it's Omen knows that that is one of my favourite words. He is the father. It is his choice. If those children hear me say that word.
What word is this? Is this cunt?
See you next Tuesday.
Now, my dear, we can't have any of that foul language around here.
Well,
the amazing digital circus is
it
enjoyed
was
by
up to him. It's now up to Funky because just like, no.
stumbled into an incredible world of wonders where anything can
Funky,
happen.
what are you doing?
Except for swearing.
Why? So what's that? 2 for bacon, 2 for kids.
2 for bacon and 2 for kids. Yeah, we've got 2 votes for bacon and 2 votes for kids. I feel like calling it kids means I should probably call it Savile though.
Or change your name to Savile.
3 for I am not changing my name. 3 for bacon. Now, are we just wanting bacon or are we wanting this, like, you know? Is he going to be
Bacon
Kevin?
sandwich. Bacon sandwich.
Yeah, is he going to be Kevin Bacon? Bacon and eggs. But that's a frog. Bacon sandwich.
Bacon of York instead of Deacon of York.
Bacon of York. Bacon at it.
Bacon at all.
Baconator. Oh! Oh, got two Kevin Bacons now.
It might have to be Kevin Bacon.
Can I put space? Bacon and frogs legs, then you include the frog.
No. The frog can fuck off. We're not naming the frog.
The frog can... I nearly swore.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, see, I can swear, you can't.
I want bacon, eggs, hash brown, mushrooms, sausages, tomatoes, black pudding, with a side of toast and coffee as black as my soul. If you take off the tomatoes...
Seriously? That is fucking ridiculous.
That's too big for a name.
That is a little bit more than 15 characters, so yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Kevin Bacon. Me kids laugh when you say that word. Well, don't say it in school. Okay? Don't use grown-up words in school. People get in trouble. Mainly you. Delete, you happy or sad now? I am overjoyed. Nothing will kill my sparkle today. Nothing. So we now have Kevin Bacon with his frog hat. I would have said yes if you took off the mushrooms and the pudding thing.
My mate had a horse called Adam Sadler.
Good lord! That is a death by snoo woman if I've ever seen one. Holy moly!
That is a big lady.
I could ask her for uppies. Oops, sorry. Well, it's been emotional. It has. It has. They know I can use it when I'm happy or sad. Oh! It's a very versatile word. You can use it for everything. I love it. It's one of my favourites.
I don't think that's a woman.
I don't think that's a woman. Hang on.
Zelda, you can't. It's the 21st century. You can't say that now.
Nope, that definitely looks womany. You know, just saying. Have a great stream, Panda. See you round, everyone. Good night, Zelda, my dear. I appreciate you.
Bye, Zelda. Thanks for coming in.
I hope you have a great evening. You can ask a dwarf for uppies. I can't ask a dwarf for uppies.
Yeah, Panda's a bit too tall for that.
I'm a little bit too tall for that. Just because I'm not hot int. Good night, Zelda. Right, where am I going?
Just keep going. Keep going up.
The only way is up.
I would sing, but I can't.
Wow, we're up
It must
really
be here
high.
somewhere.
I must finish my research. You finished that
Excuse me.
research, dear.
My name is Alma.
What was the research?
I was wondering if you could help us.
Oh, the thigh pillows for research. Yes. Rather.
I have been expecting you.
You forget,
you
Pop. Bearded
the
is a
Allheart?
cave troll.
The keepers have been known to call me that.
Oh my goodness, does that mean we have a cave
It's an
troll?
honor to meet you. We've come to...
I know,
they have a cave
child. I have already heard.
In my chat, my cave troll.
So we meet
I
at
still need to get that
last,
Funko Pop.
if I may.
Just so I can literally grab it and
the
be
cave
like,
troll.
I have a cave troll. Yeah. Oh, she's got hands like Avatar.
Word. How tired you must be. We will fight.
Wait,
Has she literally just caressed
Please,
my
tell
body
me.
and then went, my
I'm
word?
one of the keepers.
Yeah, she did.
My name is Nata.
Did she
There's
buy me a drink?
guardian that attacked our village.
No.
The one called Arkveld.
So you know your
And
other
you
character
desire to know why
skipped
it
all the
did this.
cutscenes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why
Same
did
thing.
it escape?
Yeah. I understand with the other
Why
character
did it
though.
start hunting?
I made it pretty.
Do you know why?
I'd love
the
Lady.
Guardians came
I can never
into
say that name.
existence?
Dimitrescu.
Because
That one.
the Keepers
Thigh pillows,
created them?
personally.
Come with
You see,
me.
here's the thing, right? This is some, like, I get the attraction to Lady Dimitrescu, right? Because
She just conducted a prego test. Clear. Safe. Anyway, sorry. Yes.
But it's the thing that she turns into. That as soon as she turns into it, just everything's gone, right? Because I now know what she turns
This
into.
is
It's
your
like
capital,
nah.
Liberia.
Apparently, it's purely for
In a
cuddles.
time long before our reckoning, the people of Liberia
When I'm finished
created
eating,
the
I'm going
Dragon
souping over
Torch,
again. Flame
a
on!
source of limitless energy.
John Tootin. John Tootin.
They channeled this energy along the wormways,
I'm assuming that's
wielding its
Marvel Rivals.
power in every
Yes.
corner of the land.
Okay.
At times, it was lightning to dispel monsters.
I need to get back on Marvel Rivals.
Or a heavy downpour to cleanse poisons.
They're still
discarded
doing,
upon
if
the
you watch
land.
someone that's streaming it, they're still, like, giving you little freebies
Fire
every now
to
and then.
forge precious materials.
Then again, Max, if you know, you
And it
know,
negated
the twins from
very
Atomic
weight
Heart.
of buildings, so they could mount the sky. Nature's laws
No,
were
because
no
they're
more
robots,
than a
and robots
suggestion
just
to
don't do it for me.
them. Their crowning achievement was the
They look like
Guardians,
mannequins, and it's just a bit meh. No,
Oh,
no.
mannequins.
of servile creatures.
Yeah,
to
mannequins
do
are
their bidding.
creepy.
Cuddle purposes.
Why
I don't mind
various
playing it on US
supremacy
servers.
was
It's not that bad.
beyond
Oh,
question.
okay.
If that's the case, how did such a
Oh,
glorious
speaking of
city come to
mannequins,
ruin?
did you see on
They
his last
invited
stream
calamity upon
of Harry Potter?
themselves.
Not Harry Potter, of
After the
Hogwarts.
people were
He did
put
the
to
mannequin
rout, the
quest.
Guardians
Oh,
fell
the
into a
the
deep
toy, is
slumber.
it the toy shop?
Just the shop, yeah. Me and Amy
Yeah,
were
the shop
watching,
one.
and we were in absolute stitches.
Woke up.
Because obviously we knew all these different things that were going to happen and how creepy it was, and every now and then he was just stopping. He was like, "What the fuck is that?"
What should the Keepers do?
Absolutely
Please.
dying.
My
Got
uncle
some
said that you
brilliant
would have
clips
the
from it.
answers.
You think you're gonna?
Where that
I think I'm gonna
creature's
do Hogwarts once I've
transformation
finished
will
Bioshock.
end.
You should.
Even I
It's so good.
cannot say.
But yeah, oh, funky. You know the bit where it
That must
from the door,
disappoint you.
where you just run and all of a sudden just. We were
But
waiting.
even
We were
I
waiting the
cannot
entire
give you
time.
the
I literally
perfect
had the cursor
explanation
over the clip button. I was waiting the
You and
entire
I
time.
are the
And when it
same.
happened, he nearly leapt out of his chair, and I
We live
cried
amidst a
so much.
collection of
It was so
brief
good.
moments. The
Clipped it
world is changed
immediately.
by their influence. When
Hilarious.
all of these
I'm a
uncomfortable
mean
moments
person.
have passed, where will Rockville be?
Yeah, you are.
Where will you?
But it was
My
funny.
role is to watch and
Who was this again, Cyber? I'll send you. Because I made the clip. I'll be able to go into my stuff after, and I'll send you
Yes.
it because it was
I'm a
so
keeper.
funny. Absolutely shit himself.
No, that's not why.
Oh my god, that's adorable.
Thank you, G. My
I
chat
wanna
is
know
not dead. We're
what will
talking right
happen
now,
to
you
Arkveld.
ignorant bastard.
If my friends are with me,
Hard-boiled laundry.
we can learn and help.
If you boil
If
your
that
laundry
is
and
your
it's still
choice,
hard, I
then
am
go forth,
concerned.
child. Stand witness
God,
to how
that's
its
adorable.
existence unfolds.
Max would love Tifa thighs. Probably.
So much beauty.
Yeah.
I still think you with the spiders was the best. I
Everything
mean,
is truly,
Tifa
truly
boobs, though.
beautiful.
Tifa boobs, all the way.
That takes care of the base camp. We should talk with the people here while we have the chance.
I just nearly spilt that coffee on my face because I
glad
wasn't
you all
expecting
made it
that
here
timer alarm to
safely.
go off. J-Beth.
Well, thank you for making space for us. It was very kind of you. If you don't mind me asking, what's that building over there for?
I found out you can turn off the
It's nothing
spiders
special.
in
We use it for
BO6.
melding.
What is BO6?
If it is of interest to you, we could find someone.
As long
to
as
tell you
they're
about it.
cuddleable, I don't care. Technically, anything is cuddleable. Black Ops. They have spiders in Black Ops?
They're kind of like spiders, yeah.
Why? Why? Would you want spider? No. Nope.
While I have you, if it pleases you, the
Don't get it.
Allharkin has asked if you would repast with us.
Please us? We'd be completely honored.
Oh.
Tell the Allharkin we
Still.
accept her invitation with the greatest pleasure.
Just no.
We will be gathering
No
to
tap.
repast further up the slope.
Nota.
I think whose spies I would go for would be Eve from Stellar
Instead
Blade.
of dogs. Eat that Stellar Blade. Holy moly.
God damn.
God damn. I think the first time when Maxwell first got it, I was like, oh, share your screen because I'm really interested in this game. And I'm pretty sure the first words out of my mouth when he shared the screen, I was like, God damn! Look at that ass! Like what on earth?
You should totally play it though, Panda. Like, it's really, really good.
Oh, it looks amazing. But like, ooh. They look like floating tadpoles with the spiders disabled. I don't know if that's much better.
What game? Stellar Blade.
I mean, obviously tadpoles is better than spiders, but like floating tadpoles, I'd still be like,
Hunter.
Yeah,
mind if we take a peek
they look like tadpoles but with legs.
I want a frog hat. Look at that one. That one's cute. It's all fat and squishy.
I think one of the event monsters gives you the frog hat.
Good. I want it. I want one. Now, what can we meld? Let's have a look.
I think I'll do one more
Absolute
hunt.
shite champion. Let's go. Right, hang on then. I'll go at this dinner.
I'll do one more hunt with you and then I'll jump in with
I
Harley.
said tadpole to PG. Jizzes. Oh. So they look like schwimmers. Fair.
Yeah, pretty much.
Welcome. Please have a seat. We've been waiting for you.
I mean, I didn't take that long. You've been waiting for all of like 40 seconds, pet. Think yourself lucky. Most people I go and meet up with, they're waiting at least 30 minutes for us to turn up. That's 30 minutes after I was meant to turn up.
And then another 30 minutes for you to get through the door.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Why would it take me 30 minutes to get through the door? You saying I'm fat?
No, I'm saying the last time we met up at the pub, you were like, "Oh, we're on our way," and then I got a message saying that you were here, and then you just never showed up for another 30 minutes.
Oh yeah, because we went
I
to
don't know what you were doing.
We went to the bar, and because we were because of where we were and the bar that we were at, I used to go there as a teenager, so it turns out everybody that I could have possibly bumped into decided that was the night they wanted to go out. They're so inventive, eh?
Me and Harvey were there, and we were like, "Where's Panda?"
Yeah.
I looked at the phone, and it was
Thank you
like,
for the
"I'm
meal."
here," and we were looking around, and we
Hello?
couldn't see you.
It was really delicious.
You're early. Did you get lift?
That warms
Good.
my heart to hear.
I'll be
Shall
with you
we
in 15
converse
minutes.
before you go.
Are you okay? Good. Sorry.
Oh shit, sorry, you're streaming.
Amy is home early.
Don't worry, Amy, it's okay.
There's
But
something
yeah,
we want
when
to
we
know.
were in
It's
that
about
pub,
the calamity Wyveria brought on itself.
anyone that I could have possibly have bumped into that I knew from my youth
To be honest,
was out.
I think most.
To the point,
if not
literally,
all of us
I was like just
can
about to
venture
go to
a
the bar,
healthy
and I turned
guess.
around to whoever started talking. Was like, "Can I just get a drink first?
Yes. No
and then I'll
doubt
say
you
hello."
can.
I am antisocial.
Once the threat of war
I need
loomed
the
at their
booze.
gates, they created a guardian.
They should
to
they
be
should
their
remember this
savior,
from my youth.
unaware that it would spell their own demise.
I will let her know you said hello.
Or perhaps
Should be getting
they
ourselves like
did
changed
know.
and comfortable and stuff.
That guardian fell dormant, but remains alive to this day.
There's a guardian out there that can eradicate whole civilizations.
Oh my god.
Did you witness the capital's fall yourself?
No, I merely hear the whisperings of history. Yet they are as clear as the sounds of yesterday.
I want to see what Arkfeld becomes, but we have no idea where it's gone.
In that case, Nata, let me ask you one question. What do you make of hunters?
Huh? I think they're incredible. I'd love to be more like them. Tracking monsters,
I got
working
myself
out
more
their
cans,
behavior.
chilling. I drank all the cold ones this morning.
Of course.
Marvel
if we
games,
want to learn
fair
about
enough.
Arkfeld, we need to learn more about Guardians first.
And where are Guardians born? Where are they found? Why Viria?
Sounds like we need to go into the ruins and continue our investigation there.
We should be on our way.
Thank you once again.
It has been a great fortune to meet you.
I'll find Arkfeld, no matter what it takes.
May the path you find be the one you seek.
All right, let's return to the base camp in Sild.
Mr. Wobbles.
8% ciders. Very nice. Not a massive cider drinker.
So
I can occasionally,
you
like,
think you'll
tolerate a
just
fruity one.
Enter Wyveria
But,
and study the Guardians.
I'm a spirits person.
That's right. There's
I
still
don't
so
drink.
much about them we don't understand.
I mean, there is that, yeah. I don't drink often.
I know the Keepers have spent 1,000 years here. But curiosity is important and powerful. I've learned that traveling with my friends.
The Allharkin said it too. Go forth and stand witness.
Fruity cider
find
person.
Arkfeld together.
I don't mind the odd fruity cider. It depends.
Yes. Yes, I know you will.
I can't drink beer. Unless is that gluten free, is it?
There are places
I
in
just
the
don't like
capital
beer.
where the wyvern milk has crystallized,
Not a fan.
blocking the way.
I read that as I can't drink beer unless it's girlfriend.
I'll go with you. and
I
clear it
initially
up
did in my
so you
head,
can
but I was like,
access
no,
the
I'm pretty
capital's
sure that's going to be
lower
gluten free.
reaches.
And also, not a big drinker. I didn't think you
We'll
were
be as
either
soon as you're
now.
ready. Just say the word.
Or you'll be hearing us screaming. Fair. Okay, so talk to Tasheen. Woo. Excuse me, I broke the seal. I'm now going to yawn loads.
I'm sure I'll be fine.
Ready to journey beneath the capital?
Oh wait, no,
Very
we need to go to
It's
the. Shut up. The lady, Maxwell's woman.
I've got
Your wife.
Yeah, that's the word. I was like the thing, that female occupation thing. Wife. Right, armor.
You won't have anything for Skeletor. Just to let you know.
Never mind then.
Done already?
We leave. Yes, we're done already. Your husband said that it's a no. Husband said no.
Not yet. Not yet.
Ready to journey
once you can
beneath the
actually like
capital?
hunt it, then you can.
Right.
That's when
Leave
we
it
can
to
make
me.
it on my phone. There. I can talk. It's fine.
Yes, you can. I wish I'd been a Pringle for 22 months. A Pringle?
This is the way down.
Why a Pringle?
Nata.
I just went to skip the cutscene. Woo.
Close.
Alright, Thanos. You did?
I've dissolved the wyvern milk's bonds. What's here in the pouch is enough for formations of this size. This same substance at a higher
Pringle.
purity
Oh, a
and
single
solidified
Pringle.
is what makes Nata's pendant. You're sure about this?
I'm confused.
I have
At what?
to. I have to see for myself.
I think he's just saying he's been single for 22 months.
All right.
Oh, right now. Okay, now I get it.
Recently, a Guardian sentry has been seen wandering the area ahead.
That's
If
very
it finds
specific.
you, there's no outrunning it. Be careful.
Right.
After you've followed the path away,
No, the 22 months
the
bit.
routes up to higher ground. You'll find sanctuary.
you want to know how long I've been single?
I mean, you win.
I win by a landslide.
Thank you. You win. I have been single for quite a while though, but you win. I don't know how many months, I'm not gonna lie. To be perfectly honest, I'm probably like... I want to say 2.5, 3 years? I think it's 2.5.
All right.
But literally, I give that little of a shit about my last relationship. It could have been 3 years ago instead of 2.5. Hello.
Yeah.
Are you trying to say you've been 3 years single?
Yeah.
Longer.
Longer.
Must be part of the
No, because I was with... See, that's how much I give a shit about my last relationship.
It's like
No.
a big tree. I've never seen a place like this.
I was at Mom's with the last
the
one.
wormway carries the Dragon Torch's energy.
Was it book?
So if it's converging here like
No.
this,
I've had a relationship since I've had a couple of since then.
seems like a good theory.
Paul lanky fucking narcissistic twat face was my last
These
one.
must be those roots.
You see Amy?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I was right. I was right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
About 2.5, 3 years. I just don't know which.
Not even Amy cared
Yeah,
about you.
that's how shite that relationship was. My best friend's sister's just like,
Now,
hey,
everyone,
fuck
we'll
I.
begin our survey of the Guardians here in Wyveria's middle stratum. Our ultimate objective is to determine
So,
where
yeah.
in the lower stratum Arkfeld might have gone, and why.
Mine was an escape, so I kept track.
Okay.
I mean,
so where
that's
do we
fair.
begin?
I feel like all of
We'll
mine have been
start by looking for
escapes.
Spore, Arkfeld, or any
One of them,
Guardians we can
one
find.
of them literally.
Funky. You don't need to call me out like that. That's just rude.
Not
I'll
all
stay
his
here and
life.
hold down the fort.
Nobody
Come right
has
back if you
relationships
need
when they're
anything.
babies. It doesn't count.
Okay, everyone mount up.
Ow! I deserve that. I will take that punishment.
So I was in a relationship for a very long time. Thank you very much.
You were, aye. Right, what? I want to top up the bullets. That wasn't even the right button. Right. Restock all ammo. Don't believe it. No, it was. Really, really long time. Okay, so now we press this button. Press the do it. Why won't let me do it? Do it. I'm pressing the button.
Was it in your imagination? You know what,
Yes.
Funky? You don't need to be mean.
Hey, be nice, Funky. Words hurt, you know.
There's no need for that. There's no need for that.
Set out for full investigation. Well, I'm trying, but this stupid bugger's not moving. Thank you. I've got a really itchy nose, and it's annoying the absolute hoo-ha out of us.
I guess they really did create whatever creatures they needed.
I did, and I think that's what's happened. I think when I've itched my nose, I've probably put pet hair onto me flipping septum piercer.
Enough mobility to navigate any
It's coming up to the summer, isn't it? So, like, Griffin is molten like something, not right? He fucked up.
Relentlessly. At least, that's the sort of monster I'd put on guard.
Oh, look at his little feet. So adorable.
This is called the monster's spore. Its shape, size, scent, and placement give us clues about the monster.
Really?
No, she lied.
It's still fresh.
You can do it!
Thank you!
Between the spore and the
Kids are
traces
watching the
Sentry would
tablets behind us
require,
now they're finished eating.
we try to
Nice.
surmise our target.
An Otogaran, probably a subspecies.
It's an angry Clifford!
Yes, it is.
Get back.
Right, let's move quickly.
Nick doesn't count. I haven't seen it for a while, actually. How's it going? Hello, Sledge. How are you? Tonight on the Panda Pop stream.
Mickey's gone.
And Angry Clifford's gonna fuck us up.
That's one of the other things that's happened since you've been away.
Oh yeah, it's just on a break, I think.
She disappeared.
Could we give Sledge a shout out, please, if you would?
Yeah, now you're feeling bad, aren't you?
No, probably not.
No.
Thank you, G.
He's also my 2-pump chump.
Okay.
So, I need
Do
my
this one?
2-pump chump sex machine. Without him, he can't blow anything. And he's really good at blowing as a shotgun. Yeah, man. I already said he
That
doesn't
is fair.
give buck shot. Sorry, he doesn't give back shots.
He gives buck shots.
Okay, that's how he works.
How you doing? Uh-oh.
I could have found a picture of you from last time. Hey,
Fuck up. Nope, that was Maxwell. Jesus, shout, you're doing all right. How are you enjoying Wild? It's not going bad. Yet. I've only died twice this stream, so that's like, what, 20 times better than last stream? We're getting there. We're getting there. And I'm good. I'm glad you're doing well.
I hate this guy.
Oh, bollocks. Don't let that take away from what I just said. Hello, Shadow.
Hello, Shadow.
Oh, wound. Missed.
Got it.
Thank you. Also got it.
I paralyzed him as well.
I'm back. Had to get food and deal with the baby. That is fair. Hang on, I didn't die. I'm still alive. Ooh. Did it hit it? No, it did not.
He's got a wound on his paw.
Yes, he does. I haven't got any wounds, shooty bullets yet.
Okay, I'll deal with it.
Hang on, yeah, I do. And I missed anyway. Go! Didn't add one, just showed the count. Oh, sorry. I knew that. Got a wound on the tail and a wound on the paw. Uh-oh. Woo. Yeah, what food did you have? Fuck you! Woo. Yeah!
For the tail.
Blow its bloody head off!
Here.
Really? Now you're out of bullets? Did I get it? Yeah. Ooh, steak, fried eggs and potatoes. Oh. Yes, saucy bastard. Oh, I thought the tail come off there. That legitimately sounded like your character just went shit.
I think he does. I'm pretty sure he swears. Every now and then.
No, take the pill. Come over here, you big bastard. Come on. Come on. Excuse. It went straight past the goddamn trap.
Should be
rude. I didn't put it down.
Oh, good.
I had battered chicken pieces, chips and beans.
I made ham and egg.
I had a mugshot. Hey! Don't know why, but I've been on an egg craze lately. Just eating eggs with everything. I mean, there's not wrong with that. Where you going?
Where'd you go?
Apparently the bird knows more than I do. Now the kids are dealing with the beans. Oh dear. Oh dearie, dearie me. Where the actual fuck is this thing going? We're going on an adventure. Really? Really? You're turning around? I think this bird's confused.
Ah, there it is. It's because
I would have added some cheese, yes, same.
Because the Clifford's fucking running all over the place.
Are we gonna find it?
Found it.
Nope, wrong beastie. I feel like this chicken has just decided it's not doing it no more. Do you know yeah. Fuck your chicken strips. That's what it's saying. You cheeky bitch. Oh no, that's. Woo.
No, I'm coming to fucking tail off.
I feel like that should have hurt more. Yeah! Fuck you! No. Bad pup. Bad. Bad. Puppy. Really? Oh, I've just shot me bird in the face. Suspect. Missed. No, I missed. Ah! Let me tell you something. Completely accidental, 100% awesome. Just like me. Anyway.
Oh, okay, that didn't.
Fucking take that, you bitch. Right, what have I missed? If you grill chicken or cook it on a skillet, melt some butter, marinate it regularly with the melted butter. It'll keep it from getting dry, yes. Yes, it will. Found that out when I made chicken yesterday on my electric griddle. I only missed it because you tried to hit it with miss and tail section. That's fair, yes. It's got fuck all to do with the fact that I aim like Stevie Wonder. He probably aimed better, to be fair. Look at that, man! That's so cute! Shut up. Oh wait, that was a bit dramatic, wasn't it? 'Twas only a bullet. Flesh wound. I need to start writing down these sayings.
'Tis but a scratch.
What saying was that? What did I say this time?
Good boy.
You aim like Stevie Wonder, aye. What's the other one I say? I'm as observant as Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
Which is true. I have been told I have a way with words. We have ads in 1 minute.
Okie dokie. I am going to call that there.
That is fair.
Oh, because I'm dying.
Yes.
Mainly.
Well, thank you for helping me tonight. I appreciate it.
Anytime. Anytime. I'm always willing to help.
Oh, it's the immediate flipping fight straight after with the thing. With the tentacles.
I'll tell you what. I'll help you with this one then.
Let's not waste time.
Ooh. Nuta! Dr. Rock.
I'll help you with this. Get it.
Thank you. 'Tis but a flesh wound. I just cut your bloody arm off. I'll bite your ankles.
That's me having you.
Hey, that's mine.
You wee bastard.
Oh, well, aren't you lovely? It's a zoo.
That just looks like something from Bloodborne.
It does. It does. Oh. Oh. I do appreciate the fact it's called a zoo though, because you can literally sit there and be like, "Where's your armor from?" A zoo. Griffin. Fucking whatcha. Although I do like its nest, because it looks like it's got all the fairy-like business.
Don't let it blindside you.
Excuse me, fucker. Ow. That hurt. Whoa! Excuse me, there's only so much Billy Elliot and I can do. Fuck my life. Woo. Oh, I had loaded it. Shit. Fuck off. My goodness, will you just behave yourself? Apparently not. No. 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 Go away. Now you listen here. It sounds too much like Uwu. That's the point, you silly bagger.
Go, go, Power Rangers!
Na, 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 na. Oh, fabulous. Sticky ammo. Oh, I've got paralysis ammo. What? Nope. Nope. Fuck you. Look. Oh my. We'll have none of that. Really? Hey, you cheeky little fucking fluffy shit. Whoops. That looks rather painful. Boop. Hey, no. Thank you. Paralyzed. Ow, deserve that. Right. So we're now out of that. Oops, move back. Oh, it doesn't like cold. Which is ironic because of where we are.
Take this. Take that. And this.
Thank you. Thank you, cat. Oh, you would, wouldn't you? Just stop it with your bullet on. Let's go! Ow. I was gonna say, we're going the right way. Hello! Lovely weather. No, no, keep it to yourself. Woo. Nope. Nope.
Condition! Unacceptable!
I agree, Funky. I agree. It is unacceptable. Needs to keep its extremities to itself.
What you get?
Oh, I saw that. Nope. Uh-oh. Ha! Take that, you bitch. There's a wound on top of its head.
Got it.
Nice. We slayed the mighty Zewil.
We could have one of the tentacles.
Ooh. I don't like the way the tentacle just keeps moving.
Yeah.
It's unpleasant. Well, to be honest, if you're calling it here, I may also call it here.
To be fair, it's a good spot to end.
It is, it is. I'll go back and we'll see what the
See what army we can make.
That's the one. That's what she said. She did. Oh my. Sick of my hair getting stuck on this bloody headphone as well. There's just no need. No need.
No need of whatsoever.
None. Nah.
Are you alright?
While you do that,
You
I'll
handled those
quietly-
back-to-back hunts like a champ.
Okie dokie. Thank you for being here.
We came out of
Not
it
a
with
problem.
valuable new info
Anytime.
too.
I can
Let's
do this
return to
again next
camp
week
and
if you
plan our
like.
next move.
If you wanted.
Fine with me.
Thank you to Panda's chat.
That was something else.
Have a good time,
Who'd have
everybody.
expected a monster that preys on guardians?
Boy.
It didn't even hesitate, and it seemed to know its way around the capital. Where to
When you
hunt.
said, I don't like the way the tentacle
It
keeps
certainly
moving.
didn't get that way
Oh.
overnight.
Yeah.
So you think Guardians have established themselves into Wyveria's
I mean, it's
ecosystem
you get two
somehow?
options, don't you? It's either, you know, she doesn't
I
like
would
it,
need to
or
spend
she
more
goes
time
full Gollum.
observing
She's like, give it to us
Guardians and their
raw
environment to
and
be
wriggling.
sure.
One or the other, really.
But I'd say that theory has some traction.
And Arkveld has too.
Yeah.
If it preys and gets preyed on, then it's just like any other monster.
Yeah.
Well,
me too.
We've driven off the threat. Perhaps it's time we brave the lower strata.
I'm game. Let's go.
Should we
as soon
take a
as
break?
we've seen the armor.
Good idea.
Hello, Mrs. Maxwell. If you could please show me the new armor, that would be fabulous.
I'm ready to go when you are. Just say the word.
No, thank you.
Yep.
Right, let's have a look.
Anything
then.
catch your eye?
Oh, so this is the Angry Clifford. I love that one. Love it. Add a wish list. Because how many of them? We can only make like one. And this is the woo. Very Arabian Nights. Which is unexpected. I didn't expect this style of armor from the creature we just killed. However, I do kind of like that one. Minus the... No, actually, never mind. I don't like the belt. We'll change the belt. That looks better. The hair belt is weird. Don't like the hair belt. But that looks cool. I still prefer that. I may hunt that offline, so next time we play this game, she'll have this armor. Do you think? Yeah. Right. Should we go onto the chatting screen and find someone to raid? Hello, Mr. Maxwell. Oh, I'll save. Oh, no, I won't, no, I won't. Oh my
Anything
goodness,
catch
I
your
nearly
eye?
forgot the palico armor. How fucking dare. How fucking dare. Right, so. I like the crystal ball thing. That's cool. And of course, the old dog run stuff. We've seen the rest of it. I do like the crystal ball weapon though. That's cool. And it does... Is that dragon damage? No, it does water damage. That does dragon damage. Right.
Done already?
Ta-da! So... Save. Oh. It made a noise at me. Alright.
What do you say to some equipment recommendations?
Nothing. Okay. So, let's find someone to raid. I hope everybody's had a good night. I've thoroughly enjoyed tonight. It's been a good day all around. Okay, so our options are... Atomfall with Parknev, but we did raid him last time. 7 Days to Die. Left for Dead. Another 7 Days to Die. So, yeah, we have Atomfall. Green Hell, whatever that on earth that is. Hunt Showdown. Left 4 Dead 2 or 7 Days to Die. Reset deaths. Thank you, my darling. I appreciate you. If you wish, we can go for more Atomfall. I know we raided him last time, but Atomfall is quite a popular game at the minute. Or... I've heard of Green Hell. That would be interesting to see. Green Hell, okay. Where did I see you? There we are. Well, we've got 1 vote for Green Hell and 1 vote for Nev. We did raid Nev last time, though. Oh, hello. I've only seen trailers, no actual gameplay. But I'm also all for showing Nev some love. Well, from what I can see on the raid screen, it's like a survival game. So, we've got 1 vote for Green Hell and 1 vote for Atomfall. We just need 1 more vote to decide, and then we'll go there. Survival games are my bread and butter. I do enjoy a good survival game, mind. Tell you what, I do not enjoy this fucking chair. Where do you think we should go, Terry? Atomfall or Green Hell? Go Green Hell if you raided Nev last time. I don't mind raiding Nev again if he's one of the only ones on. And Atomfall is popular. I don't mind at all. Got a chat open if you want to join. I will see what's happening now. See what I can do. I'll pop in and say hi. Who we voted for? So we've voted that we've got 1 vote for a game called Green Hell, which looks like a survival game out in the woods. And we've got 1 vote for Atomfall, which is the new. It's not quite British Fallout, but it's the best way to start to describe it. It's meant to be better, and I'm so excited to get that game. I haven't got it yet, but I will. I've got no music on, by the way. I'm just vibing. As you do. You crack my neck. I suppose essentially we've got survival in England or survival in the jungle. I'll put the messages up while I'm here. While I'm on it. We'll just go with this one. Nope, wrong digit.
Oh, I see an arm.
Ghostwriting.
Oh look, he's dead.
Ultraviolet and Spirit Box. So it can only be
Poltergeist, I think.
Does anyone have a camera?
It's not Poltergeist.
Can I take a picture of it?
No, because I'm fucking. I'm thrown through a fucking door frame.
I can see it. My phone's not working. What have you done?
I recognise that laugh. Okay, you lovely bunch. 'Tis time that I leave you. We will be back tomorrow, but we'll be back with God of War. I hope you have a wonderful night. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. And I will see you tomorrow. Have I copied the raid message? I've just dropped my mouse. Dicks indeed, darling. Dicks indeed. But yeah, right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I appreciate you. I'll put... Bye-bye.